Hey guys, how's it going? I wanted to make a quick video about budgeting and spending in Thailand. So currently I'm in Thailand, I'm in Bangkok. Let me just give you a view. I'm living in a hotel chain called Novotel. Just, it's the one near Planchet, BTS. And yeah, I wanted to make just a quick video about how much you could expect to spend when living in Thailand, when living in Bangkok. Of course, it's very subjective. You could easily spend much more, much less, but at least to give you some idea, right? In case you haven't been to Thailand and you're wondering how much stuff costs, I could definitely give you a pretty good idea. I've been to Thailand many times, probably over 20 times. So I've traveled quite extensively throughout the country. So yeah, and I'm actually about to go out to get something to eat, so I might do a walk and talk. But anywho, yeah, so for just living expenses, hotels, for example, I spend on average about $100 a day, not just for Thailand, but just in general, about $100 a day in hotels and accommodation. And so, well, this place is about $150 per night. I usually don't spend more than like $200 a night, and I think the cheapest place I've lived at for the past couple months was like $50 a night. So that's sort of my range, but on average it kind of comes down to about 100. But yeah, so yeah, this is what you could expect to get for about $150. It's queen size bed, decent view. Now, of course, you could actually probably get better places than this for this price if you're willing to live a little bit far. If you're willing to live a little bit farther from the city, from the BTS station, and as well from the city center. But I like this location, it's very central. So, but there are certainly much more expensive places. There was one I just heard of, Atis, Bangkok, and there's some other hotels just kind of nearby that are also super expensive, like maybe $300, $400 a night, and more, 400, 500, 600 I've seen as well. So, and there's cheaper places, if you're willing to stay in an Airbnb, like an apartment type place, it can be cheaper. If you're willing to stay in a hostel, of course, it's gonna be way cheaper. And there are other hotels, budget hotels, that are much cheaper as well. It just depends on the quality and the convenience and all that kind of stuff. I think the cheapest place I've seen places as cheap as like $10 a night here. Like, apartments, for example, that you can rent on Airbnb if you're willing to stay long term. So, okay, I'm gonna go out to get something to eat. Just put on my shoes over here. Yeah, let's go. Okay, so we're going to a mall to get something to eat. I'm craving ramen, so I'm gonna eat some Ikudo ramen. Now for budgeting for food, I usually spend about 500 baht for lunch, breakfast, and dinner each. So that's about $50 a day on food. So I'm just going to the Central Embassy to eat. Food here. It's a little bit pricey though. So yeah, I just finished eating and now I'm heading to the mall to buy some shoes. And so yeah, on average about $150 per day here in Thailand, and about $50 a day for food. I'm spending about $200. And then there's also like transportation, taxi rides, which is not more than like $10 a day. So total about like $210 for me for Bangkok expenses. But you could easily pay more or less than that. So made it to the mall. Just going to look for some shoes. So yeah, basically $210 a day, but you could easily get by on less than that or more.
I've heard of people living off of just $50 a day, even less here in Thailand and Bangkok. So yeah, it's definitely possible. It just depends on your lifestyle, what sort of things you like to do, and your budget. And I've met people living off much more than 210 a day, up to like 500 a day. If you really want to live out of high-end hotels and eat at high-end restaurants, it's going to be more expensive if you want to rent a car, for example. So yeah, hopefully that gives you an idea. But yeah, that's my lifestyle. I try to maintain a fairly Western lifestyle pretty much in any country I go. So my budget ends up being around 200 a day. So yeah, that's it.